Hi everybody, welcome to my beautiful unschool life. My name is Erin and this is the YouTube channel where I show you the realities of trying to build a completely new life from scratch. Mistakes and successes and failures and everything. The theme of this week's video is Erin has a concussion. It's been a really hard week. Have a look and see how this week has gone so far. Today, the girls and I are going to try out tent camping. Got a bit of mold in it. We should maybe get a wet cloth and give it a wipe. So it's a bit bent here. I don't know what happened to it. And there's a small rip in the screen which I'm gonna have to sew up. But otherwise, it looks good for a tent that's been in storage for 12 years. Do you think that campfire is ready to go, Abby?
Yeah.
So when the newspaper gets on fire, what's it gonna light?
This.
The bark? Okay, so make sure all the bark is in there on top of the newspaper. It's gotta be on top because the flames go up, right?
Yeah.
I think this is my first time camping with turkeys. They've never been tent camping before. They've been camping with Girl Guides, but always in cabins. We are planning on taking some road trips this summer where we're gonna be camping in tents because my camper is unreliable at this point in time. So tonight, we're testing out tent camping in the backyard for the first time. So, wish us luck. Filming our camping adventure. Can't even see you. Shh, there she is. There's Abby. So the girls really had a lot of fun camping. The next morning I stayed in bed. They woke up at like 6:45 and I stayed in bed until 8:30. And when I got up, they had built the fire entirely by themselves and were getting ready to cook some breakfast on it. So I gotta say, that's a really promising start to turning them into tent campers. editing a YouTube video on the beach, protected from the sun like Fort Knox. 2 days ago, I got knocked on my back by a pony, and I think I have a concussion, and I definitely have whiplash. My whole neck hurts. I haven't really been able to work very much on the video. Every time I sit at my computer, I feel kind of gross. So the video should have been uploaded this morning. Like, you should have seen it this morning, and I haven't even finished editing yet. But I already promised the girls that we would go to the beach today, so here I am at the beach editing a YouTube video with my sunglasses and my hat and my umbrella in a very strong wind. I feel like I am losing. And it's funny because I sort of think about, I've been spending a fair amount of time, actually not very much time. I have been quitting using social media because I just notice how judgy everybody is. Everybody starts with hot take, and then they say something really close-minded and judgmental, and then a whole bunch of other people attack them for their close-minded and judgmental statement. So I can just imagine somebody on the beach right now posting, look at this mom, her kids are playing on the beach and she's just sitting there at her laptop instead of playing with her kids. And all I'm just thinking is, like, I could be at home and they could not be at the beach. Like, I need to do this work. I can do it at home or I can do it on the beach. I'm pretty sure the girls would rather I do it on the beach. So here I am.
I left the hall light on in case you come back home. I sent a text that I was wrong.
Abby, there's a very poorly swimming shark sneaking up on you.
Why won't you come back home?
It makes me so nervous when he's using machines. He's super comfortable with machines, but it makes me so nervous. So the bale's too close to the front of the trailer, so he has to bring it. Ah! He has to tip it and he has to bring it closer to the back so that he can get it on the forks. I forgot to film the part where he had a bucket on there. Stop! He had a bucket on there and he had to take the bucket off and then put the forks on. Let's see if he pulls it off. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Looking good, Dawn. Looking good. Hey. It's complicated because there's a bar at the back of the dump trailer. And there's an electric wire up there. And I don't think you can reach the electric wire. But I don't think that will fit out. Oh my god. I don't want to film this. I'm so nervous. And it probably doesn't help that the bale is quite old, so there's a good chance the whole thing will just fall apart when he picks it up. Oh my god. It makes me so nervous. Okay, so I had the idea to lift it up as high as we could, put pallets under it. Now he can set it down and he can put the fork over the beam, get the fork in the center of the bale, and he should be able to get it out. Of course, the sun is right in his eyes, so difficulty level fairly high. it's all cucumber beetle damage.
How do you know?
Because they're on it still. Look at that. What a
I don't
mess.
see no cucumber beetles.
These guys right here.
Oh, really?
See that little stripy black and yellow fella? I didn't even know there was a squash growing here. And they've just destroyed it. Luckily I have more of these, but I'm gonna have to do something about that pest problem. Take that, bindweed. But you know, like 3 weeks from now I'm gonna be doing a video called The Bindweed's Back. And there's probably gonna be some swearing in that video, so I'll just have to like put like a little disclaimer on the front of that one. So the other thing I'm doing with these, this straw, is that I had Dawn made these cages for me out of some sail fencing, and I'm putting straw in it, and I'm growing potatoes in here using the Ruth Stout method. So the Ruth Stout method is just growing potatoes in straw. And so I'll keep burying the potatoes in straw the way you would with soil, and they come out just fine in the fall. I've done it once before. I really enjoyed it. I found it less messy than regular method. So Ruth Stout potatoes. Look at this. How many birds are not using the perch? There's this huge perch. There's loads of space on it. Everybody's over here. You're killing me, guys. Killing me. So my sister was here today, and in like 2 hours we got this whole garden planted, which is just an awesome feeling. There's a few things left that I still need to put in the ground, but for the most part, planting is done. Now, my hope is that this year I can just half-ass the garden. I don't want to spend loads of time weeding or pampering. I am gonna need to dust for bugs in here because there's cucumber beetles everywhere already. But I planted a whole load of squash over there as well. So I'm hoping that between the two different lots of squashes that maybe the bugs won't find all of my plants. But for the most part, I'm gonna try and just set it and forget it with the garden this year and see what happens. I mulched the hell out of it. Hopefully the weeds won't get too carried away. Fingers crossed. I'm all like, the garden's planted, I'm all finished. But, well, there's a few more things that need to be put into the ground. Let me show you what a few more things looks like. Just that. Hardly anything. That's hardly anything. My sister being here went really well. When she got here, I started to notice I couldn't hear out of this ear. It was really quite painful and ringing really loudly. And I was feeling a little bit dizzy. And I got to assume that that's from the concussion. I'm so obnoxious. I'm so obnoxious with this on. I can't look at myself. I've seen these two together a lot lately. And it's kind of an interesting story because the light-colored one, she's one of my girls. There were originally 4 of them, and they paired off into 2 pairs. Her partner died 2 years ago when I was across the road. He came with... He's a purebred Rouen, and he came with a female, and she got murdered by the raccoons a couple of weeks ago. And so it's kind of sweet to see them together all of a sudden, because they're both dealing with loss. I am back out here working on this YouTube video that I am now 3 days behind on, which is a bit frustrating that I don't know why it's taking me so long. I did an hour on the beach yesterday, and then I did 2.5 hours before bed last night. I was up until 12:30, and then I got up again at 6 o'clock this morning to get another hour in before my sister got here, and I'm still not done. I don't know if I'm just being really picky or what, but, you know, plugging away at it. The thing is, I could make videos a lot faster if I didn't put the music in, but that's my favorite part, making it sort of artistic and pretty. That's what I enjoy about it. So I don't want to take the joy out of it because then it becomes a chore, but it does take a lot longer doing it this way, but such is life, right? Come on, you guys. Going the wrong way. Chickens. Are you gonna make me pick you up and carry you in? You guys got no survival instincts whatsoever. Like, look at this guy. What kind of bird do you think you are? Hey, you looking for a perch? I gotta pick you up and take you home. You're the last one. Everyone else is in. You're not brave enough to sleep alone, I see. Coming? I can open it for you if you want to go in. No, come on. Thank you. Look out, I gotta close this thing. You guys, the coop is huge. Why do you all have to sleep in the same corner? Huh? Why is this the spot? Of all spots in that whole coop. The farmer's market on Friday was really, really difficult. I struggled to set the display up. I struggled to calculate how the cost of what people were buying. I struggled to calculate change. I struggled to remember how much money they had given me. At least 2 times I felt like I was going to cry because I was just so overwhelmed. When I came home, a splitting headache, tried to sleep, got really sick, couldn't eat anything. I was supposed to do the Goderich Farmers Market today, but I ended up sending her a message that I couldn't do it at all. I knew I was going to be an absolute train wreck. So instead I have all day today and all day tomorrow to just kind of take care of myself before the kids come back on Monday. So baby chicks will hatch soon. I can't remember if it's this weekend or next weekend. I could find the information if I had a look. This mama here, she's been sitting really, really well. She's really dedicated. There are 4 blue eggs and 2 brown eggs under her. So I think this weekend. I think those ones are going to hatch this weekend. The other mama, if you recall, she didn't want to sit. Well, she sat for a week and then she gave up. So I ended up putting some 4 fresh new blue eggs under one of the hens in here. And so she's been sitting on 4 eggs for, I'm going to say 2 weeks. It's been kind of musical chairs. So she was sitting on them for a day or two, and she was sitting on them for a day or two, and she was sitting on them for a day or two. So it'll be interesting to see who ends up raising them. Now, when I have a hen sitting on eggs here, I still have to check under that hen every single day. I have to number the eggs. I have to mark the eggs with a permanent marker and check under her every day because the other hens will add eggs to the pile every single day. So I'm constantly having to check and pull eggs out, which isn't a bad thing, really. It's just kind of Dawn's under the opinion that broodiness is contagious. And I don't know if that's true or not, but if you have a look at how many hens I have sitting right now. 4 on the bottom row, 2 in the middle row, and 2 in the top row. So there are 6 hens on this side right now. I don't know if they're all broody. Some of them might just be laying right now. And in the other coop, I have 2 broody hens. Nobody's sitting on eggs. So it's getting a bit carried away. And baby duck is doing beautifully. His mamas are taking great care of him. He's really figured out to stick with them, and they've really made an effort to make sure that someone is with him at all times. It's gone really, really well. I'm glad that water's clean. That's a feather, little buddy. You don't need to eat feathers. For future reference, I need to remember that it actually took probably 3 days for the mamas to accept that he was their baby. The first day and a half, maybe, they would peck at him anytime he ran around, like they were kind of scared of him. They were a bit freaked out. And then the second day and a half, they just kind of tolerated him, mostly ignored him. And then by like the 4th day, and when there were no more eggs in the nest, then they took him out and they allowed him to follow them around. But it took probably another entire day for them to all get used to each other. So it makes me wonder, maybe if I'd had maybe a little bit more perseverance with our wild baby duck, if maybe I had just sort of trusted them and let them be together for a little bit longer, maybe the mamas would have adopted him, but it might have been at the cost of their own eggs. And that's not really a price I was interested in paying. So, I don't know. It would be interesting to try again, but it's not really an experiment that I would like to repeat. But the good thing is, now that the garden is in, we can start rolling ahead with hopefully working on the house. Maybe not this week, but maybe the week after. I'm gonna pace myself because, brain damage. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's always a pleasure. You guys are the best. I'll see you next time.
Follow through, take your time. You move like water and taste like wine. You're holier than I am, holier than I am. Gentle hands, golden eyes. I am a man made of borrowed time. You're holier than I am, holier than I am. I am the dust, you are the rain. You pull me close, I push away. I swear I love you, but
She's sighing you up.
Just grab hold of my ear.
I push away.